Hey guys, welcome back. This video will be in English. This video hulu de at daikpanda yan foreigners in a tochpave yencha Bangalore the travel undu yencha bus system metro system undu. So yeah, this video will be in English just to show how you can travel in Bangalore. Because when I first got here, or before I got here, I thought everything happened through those yellow rickshaws, the green and yellow. And while to some extent that's true, there's a lot of them, I just had my mind that that was the only way to get around. Maybe that's because that's what I've seen in pictures or videos, but actually there's a lot of different ways you can get around. Bus, scooter, metro, all of them are nice. And it's taken me a while to figure out the bus system, which is the first thing I'm going to show you today. Bengaluru Sarige is what they call it. The first time I took the bus, I got on 3 different buses, all going to the wrong spot. So the difficult part is knowing where you're going, because they all look the same. So I'm going to show you how I get on the bus. So here we are at our first bus stop. This is where I'll get on the bus. The thing about the buses, they're a lot cheaper than the autos. And I'm not saying like, oh, don't go on the auto. Like, definitely go on the auto if you come here at least once or twice. Maybe you like that more. Especially since it's like really kind of an Indian thing. But I suggest taking the bus, or at least getting used to it, because it's a lot cheaper. It cost me about 5 rupees to get a few stops down, which is the equivalent of 6 cents in the US. First thing that happens when you get on the bus is the ticket collector will come back. They stay up at the front in the women's section, and then they'll come back. You pay your ticket. Don't be that person who hands over 100 rupees. Have 10s or 20s at most, because it will get crowded on the bus sometimes. So my suggestion before getting on a bus is just sit and watch a bunch of buses go by, and kind of see what the numbers are, where they're going. Just take 10 minutes if it's your first time, sit down and like see where people are going. You can ask somebody, but the best thing to do is just watch the buses until you get like a pattern in your head, and then you can select whatever bus that is. So I just got off the bus, which is crowded and full of people, and the bus driver just starts moving even before everyone's off. And the same thing with boarding. They'll just start moving even before you're on the bus if you're the last person. So if you don't like that, then don't be the last person when you're boarding the bus, because they'll just keep the door open. And sometimes if people need to stop before they're actually at a bus stop, maybe they want to go to a stop in between, they'll just open the door in the front and you can get off that way. But usually there'll be like a bus, or there'll be a couple lanes to your left, and you can get run over. So you always look if you're getting off that way, just because they don't really stop for that stuff. But yeah, overall good experience on the bus. It's cheap and it's worth it. Another thing to be aware of once you're outside walking is sometimes there's not always sidewalks, or when there are, they end abruptly, and then you just go on a road that kind of looks like that, which isn't bad. There's always somewhere to walk. Sometimes you just don't get a sidewalk, but it's fine. A lot of new things have been built here in Bangalore in just the past few years. Like, this is a new metro station, and when they built it, they didn't really include a sidewalk to go around like major sections. So you kind of just have to go around and hope you don't get hit by a bus. But even though some of the sidewalks may have gotten blocked off, this new metro is nice because it's above everything. It never gets held up in traffic like the metros in my city because they go on the road. It just kind of goes above everything. So it's always fast, always on time. So at the entrance to all the metro stations, they have a security checkpoint. There's a lot of security in India that I've noticed. Every time you go in a place, they like have the x-ray machines and everything, which is nice. But I can't film in there. They don't let me film. So I'm just gonna walk by and maybe you can see. So the metro is nice because it's all AC, and it's very quiet, very pleasant inside. Also, they separate it like the buses. If you want, like, women have a certain section, that section's reserved for women towards the front of the train. I think the first car, it's like the buses here, they're also separated. So yeah, it makes it nice. So as for the tickets, you buy a token or a card that you swipe to get into the metro, and then wherever you exit, you swipe again, and that calculates your total cost. It's better than buying a big ticket that you pay a lot for when you only have to go a small distance. Lastly, you can always use Rapido or Ola to request an auto or even a scooter like I did last night, and you can customize exactly where you want to go, which makes it a lot more convenient sometimes when you have to get somewhere specific.